computer. There we go. All right, everybody. It's 8 o'clock sharp, and we'll go ahead and get started. Tonight's training is actually going to be replacement for step 4. Okay. And we'll get into this. And what I want to do is I just want to play it for you first because it's sort of pre-recorded. And then after, and I'm going to mute everyone's microphone here. Hold on a second. So get rid of some of that cross chatter. Oh, 1 second. I'm one of those audiophiles that can't concentrate when he hears a bunch of stuff. So let me go over here to participants real quick. And let me go to mute all. Boom. There we go. And if you need to unmute or something, just go ahead. Interrupt me if I'm not making sense or whatever. But what I want to do is I want to play this training for you. Lori or Gary, somebody send me a text if you don't hear it. But this is going to replace step 4. And what I've done is I've broken this up into 3 to 4 minute videos on each section. So as we populate it in the back office, if someone needs to know a particular part, they don't have to watch the entire video to see that. They can go to, oh, I need to learn this. And so I've learned a little bit over the years, hopefully, how to delineate some of this training so that you don't have to watch a 20-minute training to get, the 3 minutes in the middle you're looking for. So we'll play that, and then we'll answer questions on the back end. The first segment here is, of course, ad copy. It goes for about 3 minutes. So for you members, that's going to be basically review the first 3 minutes of this video. But then after that, it should be all new content for everyone. But I wanted to sort of get this out there, and then we'll be putting this in your back office in the next day. So for you guys that are just onboarding, this will be your step 4. And by the way, when someone buys a tech bundle, this is what outside of the blog component, this is what they're getting. This is the step 4 and all that. So this is the value in that component there. So let's get it started. If you don't hear it, let me know, Lori or Gary. If you do hear it, let me know. So here we go. Okay, tonight I want to talk to you about how to build your funnel using the TW3 app. This is going to replace what we at TW3 in the back office have affectionately referred to as step 4. But now implementing the new assets that the TW3 app affords us, we have a much more comprehensive way with an integrated system to be able to auto text, auto email, auto call, and fully automate the entire sales process. So in tonight's training, you're going to learn, number 1, how to create an ad. This is going to be reviewed for some people that are older TW3 members, but it needs to be in this training module just so we can go over it. We're going to show you how to set up your chat bot. We're going to show you how to create your calendar. We're going to show you how to create forms. We're going to show you how to create your funnel. We're going to show you how to populate your WordPress site with all the new assets that you're building with your TW3 funnel. We're going to show you how to create ad copy using HTML. We're going to show you how to create SMS and email templates. And finally, we're going to show you how to create workflows. So those are the 9 things that we're going to cover. So to say that we're going to cover a lot is an understatement, but here's the deal. If you're a TW3 member, all of these components will be broken up into individual 3-minute training so that you can go back and watch that particular video to understand how to do one particular task, okay? But for the express purposes of letting everyone know, even that are not TW3 members, the power of this system, and just to illustrate the ease of how to put this together, once you have a roadmap, which I'm giving everyone the roadmap tonight, and I'm going to use how to recruit insurance agents as a template to go by, as an illustration of how we use this system. So let's get into it. First thing, you got to have an engagement piece. So we're going to put a marketing piece out on the internet. So I'm creating an ad copy. I'm going to create an ad copy. It's 500 by 2500. So it's a custom sized ad copy. And I'm using Canva to do that because it's so easy to use them. So once it pulls up, I'm going to blow it up a little bit so I can see it. Then I'm going to go over to my photos and I'm just going to type in insurance agents. Because in effective ad copy, there's 2 things you got to do: graphics and bullet point. bullet point that grabs attention, and graphics. Okay, a little free training for everyone tonight, right, on creating effective ad copy. What I'm about to show you just in this one piece has made me millions of dollars in recruiting effective producing insurance agents in the insurance space and world. Okay, and then the next thing I want to put is most time insurance agents specifically are money oriented as far as what does this particular compensation package provide. So that's the next thing I want to speak to. You can make $750 to $3,500 a day, and I'm putting you working from home because a lot of agents are concerned going into homes right now with COVID. We're showing them how they can use tele apps and things of that nature and to set up their own inbound call center working from home, so they never have to go out and meet in the public. So there's just some ad copy I'm putting together. And the thing I love about Canva here is how you can easily typeset stuff. So I can drop and drag, make it look sharp, so like I can grab that whole piece right there. So I'm talking about the job, the requirements of the job. We'll maybe speak to about the company. The only wordy thing I get is just how to apply. I want them to know this is what you can expect. Then I go over to the elements. I grab me a square, and then I'm going to manipulate that square and turn it into a rectangle. Excuse me. Why? Because I'm creating a button. And so I'm just going to put a button down here at the bottom of the page, and I'm going to make sure it's black. I don't want it translucent or anything like that. And so I go up to the little translucent button in the top right, make sure that's good. Then I go to the text and I click on add a heading because I want it bold. And I'm just going to put apply, if I can spell, apply now. Okay, that's in black. So black on black, it's not seen. So I got to turn it to white. And then I just drop and drag it over that black background. Okay, so now I've got a full ad that's going to show up very nicely on Craigslist that I'm going to embed into some of my ad copy out there for recruiting in the insurance space. I'm going to turn it into a JPEG, and then I'm just going to hit download. So that's going to be on my desktop to be used later. So the next thing I have to do is set up my chat bot. So I go into the TW3 app, go to the bottom left-hand corner, which says settings, and then I go up to where it says company, which is already there. And there's a little in the middle of the thing, it says API key, and it says clipboard. I'm going to copy that. I'm going to go over to my WordPress site. I'm going to go to the lead connector plugin that you need to have downloaded or already in the back of your office. And then I'm just going to paste that API key in there. Now my app is working with my site seamlessly. And then I just go to the chat widget. I make any custom changes I want. I can put my picture. I can put different words and anything. I just follow the prompts. Hit save once you're done, and then I go back over to my WordPress site, hit save there in the lead connector, and it is fully functional. You'll see it is ready to roll. So if I go to the front of the site just to test it, you're going to see in the bottom right-hand corner, the chat widget is now working. Okay, so that's working, and everything's ready to rock and roll. So the next thing I do is create a calendar. The calendar at the TW3 app is more effective and more easy to set up than Calendly, Acuity, or anything I've ever used. So just go under settings, hit calendar, and I hit edit, and I just start setting it up. So I set up the TW3 interview process right there. I put in their name in brackets, so it'll populate the customer's name because of the special brackets. I'll turn it to green because I want it to show up green when it's an interviewing appointment because that's money, right? And then I'm going to set it to two-way because I want, if they make a change on the calendar or I make a change, it populates both of our calendars. Plus, if I make a change on my Google or my Outlook or iCal, it'll make changes. Then I go into the next prompts. It's like, how long do I want the appointments to be, the space in between the appointments, when am I available, the days and the times. I just go through. You just follow the prompts. This is so easy to use. And you can set up multiple calendars, unlike Acuity and Calendly where you only get one calendar. And I just put in my email address to forward to who I want it to forward to. If I want to change the language here on the confirmation of the appointment, I can. But boom, right there is the address and the URL address of my calendar. So I can start sending that out to people now. Hey, book an appointment. Let's talk. So I've got my calendar created and ready to roll. So the next thing I have to do is simply create a form. So I go back over and I go under marketing. I go down to where it says forms, And then let's create a form. So the thing I want to create here, because I'm recruiting in the insurance space, is an application form. And maybe I want to cross promote in the TW3 business as well. So I'm going to just put apply. It'll be my apply form. And then I'm just going to drop and drag the different fields that I need for this application: their first name, their last name, their phone number, their email address, all of that stuff. Make sure you use first and last name independently and not put full name, because that's going to help you when you're setting up your templates for your email and your SMS later. When there's fields that are not already there, you can customize the fields like I'm showing you here. Because this is an an application for a job, I might want to put like, what's your employment status? And so I'll go down here. That's a multiple question there. So maybe they're employed, maybe they're unemployed, maybe they're retired, maybe they're self-employed. But knowing their employment status now gives me sort of a cue as to who I'm speaking with. Okay. So then I'll go in and maybe I want to set up another custom form, another multiple choice. Like, for instance, what's your desired type of work? Do you want to work from home on a production base, or do you want to go on site and make hourly and salary? Because we can offer both through our referral marketing assets here at TW3. So I'll put that. And so I'm just going through and I'm setting up all of these custom fields that are not already out of the box. It's to create my form. Describe your last place of employment. Where was it? What did you like? Why did you like it? And then that's a big text field. And then once all that's created, just like the regular fields that I had, I just drop and drag it where I want it on the form that I'm creating. So it's just drop and drag. That's how easy this is, okay? So no big deal here. And then the last thing I got to do is got to go back to the regular fields, and I just go down here at the bottom, and I want to create that button. Okay, I need a button, and I need to say apply now. So we'll just type that in right there. So we're going to create the apply button. I'm going to center it, and then once I'm done there, I can make it wide so it fills out the whole thing. I have now got my application form. So that's how you create forms right there. And so any form you need, contact form, another type of application, boom, forms. You can create as many forms as you want. Now we got to create a funnel. Okay, a funnel is a series of web pages. And so I just go under funnel and websites, and this is going to be my TW3 recruiting funnel, right? So I'm just going to put TW3 recruiting funnel. So you name your funnel, and you can create as many funnels as you want, okay? But this, for the TW3 business, I'm going to add my first page. What's my first page going to be? My application page, okay? So I'm just going to create an application page, and then just call it apply here, and then create it. And then I go down to the bottom right here. It says edit page. I click on edit page. Then I say I want this to be the full side. I want it to be one column. I want it to have a header first. So let's just put in a headline here and tell them what to do. Apply now, right? Then hit that little plus button there. What else do I want to put in there? Well, only thing I need, maybe a sub thing here. Just incentivize them a little more. This is what we're paying. So maybe I can say, hey, start earning $750 to $1,750 a day. And then I add my little form right there. So boom, boom. That's how easy it is to make a page. The form was already created, so all we have to do is put it on there. And then I just name the page. I click on save and, spell everything correctly, Terry Wilson, and then save it. And then back out right there in the top left-hand corner. Go back to where your funnel creator is. And so the first page of your funnel is now created. So add a new page. What I want to do now, I want to confirm once they have applied. I want to say, hey, this is a confirmation. I've got your information. So I want to break down the entire engagement process so into little micro movements here so that they know what's going on. So I add new, add a column, one column, add a headline here, and then I just start confirming that they have applied and I've got their information. So what I want to say, thank you is what I want to say first, with a big exclamation maybe. And then maybe I want a bullet point here, or maybe some language here, a paragraph of what they can expect now. That's real small. You can't see that, but I'm going to show you. Once you type it out, you can blow it up. So we're just going to type out, here's what you can expect now. And I'm going to add some more elements. Maybe I want a button here. So I'm basically saying, thank you. I've got your application. Before we can do an interview, I need you to watch this pre-interview orientation. So I'm going to just say watch orientation. So I'm creating a button right here, and orientation video now. And then I'm going to, what do I want that button to do? I just want it to go to the next step. I'm not going to hyperlink it to another URL address. I can if I want, but I'm creating this funnel just to flow from one page next. So just click on next step. And then I'm going to hit add new. What do I want to add here? I want to add, maybe look for, and tell them what to be looking for. Look for a text and email, and then a little more about what they're going to see there. And so now I'm going to blow things up here so that they can see it. I'm going to maybe change the font size of here so you can actually read it. Okay. And then you can also, change the settings to where everything is squared up a little bit. The indentations, intonations, and all that. Indentations, excuse me, can't speak. And so once all that's done, I've got page 1 and page 2. Just add another page. So they've applied. I've confirmed they've applied. Now I've got to create that pre-interview video page. So this is where I sort of weed out the people before they book an appointment, because if you've been in the recruiting space, not everybody's right for every opportunity, and there's nothing wrong with that. We just want to save them time and us time. So I click on that second verse, same as the first. I want it full size. I want one column. I want to add probably a header first, and then start talking. This is what you're going to do. This is why we want you to do it. So before we speak, what do we need to do? I'm going to give them a bullet point, because people don't read, and these are important. Anytime it's really, really important, I put it in bullet points. So I'm going to say, before we speak, here's some things I want you to learn. You need to learn about what we pay. Maybe this is not enough. Maybe it's too much. Maybe you don't believe it. I don't know. But, we're going to go into what we pay, how fast you get paid, the requirements to do this job, the business and the history, and if it's a fit for you. So I'm going to say, before we speak, let's discover what, boom, boom, boom. And so then once we do that, let's add that little video module right there. And then all we have to do, if you're a TW3 member, you've got tons of videos in our channel that you can pull. But there's one specific one we like, and I host it on my Wistia, so I'm just going to put my Wistia, but you can get it off of YouTube as well. And then boom, it's right there. And so then the last thing I have to do is put a button down there for them to book the appointment. So then I just click on this, and they're going to book an appointment. And then I could either say next and put the page, which I'm going to come back and do that later. But right now, I'll just put the link to my calendar. Remember that link that it showed up? That's where I pasted in right there. So they'll show right up. And then I title this page calendar, and then I describe what this page is. And so those are the 3 major components to the thing. Now I'm going to go back and edit the application page, because I didn't do one thing. I need to change that button so that when they click on that button to apply now, it sends them to the next page, and you can program that right there. And I forgot to do that. That's very important. Make sure you do that. If you want them to go to the next page, you have to say send to next. If you want them to go to a particular website, you put in the web address, like I did on the last page there where it said book an appointment. I put them on my calendar page, and I'm actually going to go back and put the calendar later as well. But now all of this is created. How do I get it to my website so I can start driving traffic there? It's real easy. So I just go to my website. I go to the dashboard. I go in the back office of the dashboard. Okay. I go back to that same plugin that you use to set up your chatbot. Everything that functions between your site and the TW3 app is that Lead Connect plugin. Okay. That's sort of like Zapier for us. It just connects the two, right? So you just go under funnels and you hit add new, and right there is that funnel, that TW3 funnel I created. It's already there. So then all I have to do is just go and say, well, let's populate the application. So right there it is. And then I just type in where it says slug. I just put application, because now what's going to happen is it's going to be the website's name .net or .com/ application. So that's going to be the URL address. And so I just go back to the funnel. I go back to the next page. Now that's going to be the application confirmation page that I created in the funnel. So right here, I'll just put, I don't know, apply, confirm, And so if I need to give someone just that particular part of the funnel, there's the page address for that particular part of the funnel. And so I'm just going to repeat this logic. And so I understand the flow of my funnel, which is application, application confirm, pre-interview, and then booking, to book the appointment. So now I'm going to put that down. So there's the pre-interview. So now I've got those three components right there. Now I didn't put the calendar on there as a page. And I want to do that because I want that calendar actually on my website as well. So what I have to do in this instance is I got to go back to my app. So I'm going to go back over to my app real quick. I'm going to hit add new. I'm going to click on calendar and I'm just going to I'm going to call it TW3 calendar. I just went back to the TW3 funnel there under funnels and I'm going to name it TW3 calendar. And right there, you see, right back there, hit edit page and then full size, full one column, just keep hitting that. And then I'm going to go over and I'm going to click on calendar, which calendar I want to put on that page. Well, the only calendar I've built is this one thus far, but right there it is. And I just hit save, I name it. And then I come back over here under TW3. And then if all of a sudden you'll see, well, it's not there. It's the one up. Next one. Yep. You'll see, boom, there's my calendar. So now I have the calendar on my website as well, and I'm just going to name this page calendar. So now the website name .net.com/calendar. So that if I just wanted to send someone to my website and see the calendar on my website, boom, it's right there. So that's how you populate your entire website with your calendar, okay? Now, once you're done there, the next thing you do, well, it's not the next thing you do, but you can create your ad copy. This is where you can drive traffic, and I use a company called IMGBB, and so I'll just upload that ad copy I created earlier. So now I can drive traffic to that funnel. So this is just a strategy on how to drive traffic to that funnel. But you get your HTML right there, and you just copy it. And then once your HTML is created, you basically go over and let's say I wanted to create this Craigslist ad real quick for recruiting insurance agents. I would just put top sales. And you see right there, I'm going to go to my page, my website page that says apply now, my apply page, and I'm going to take that code out on the front end between the quotation marks, and I'm going to put in my website address for my application page. And when I do that, and I hit continue, and I hit which place do I want to put this in, if I hit done with image, boom, right there's that ad. It's embedded. There's the image, and it's hyperlinked to my apply page. So when I click on it, boom, there's my apply page on my site. And all I had to do was just put my apply page in between those two quotation marks in that code that produced for me. So it's really simple, really cool, really easy to do. So before I publish this ad copy, I want to set up some automation. When people opt in to the funnel, what do I want them to see? So let's set up some email and SMS templates. So I go into the app real quick, okay? And I go to, let's see here, marketing. And I go to where it says text and SMS templates, okay? And I just start creating templates. So the first template I want to say is when someone applies, what do I want a text to go out and say? And then so I'm going to name this. This is just for my internal use. This is going to be called application initial response or whatever. And I'm going to say hi, and then I'm going to put in contact's first name. That's why it's important not to say full name, but first name. This is the reason why I said don't use the full name in your forms, but use first name and last name. And then I'll put hi, and then just say, hey, go here to watch the pre-interview now. And then I'll just keep creating some text templates that I would normally send out. Maybe it's a little pre-interview nag one, hey, did you watch the pre-interview yet? We can't speak until we watch that. And I send them the link to that again, okay? And then I maybe create 3 or 4 other types of follow-ups. Maybe I do an email this time. And so I'll type in, this is just for my use. This is going to be called follow-up on application. And this is what they'll see. This is the subject line, application received. And then I'll just type in, hey, their first name, just received your application, blah, blah, blah. This is the reason why you need to watch that pre-interview, because it's going to help you understand blah, blah, blah. Here's the link to it, blah, blah, blah. And I even go in and say, this isn't right for everyone. And then I go back in and I put that little code that says, but their first name again. According to your application, this might be something that would really benefit you, so you need to watch it. And so I just go in and fill that out. So this is a form email that's going to go out in a sequence. So once I have all of my templates and all of my emails that I would possibly want to say to someone that's opting into this particular form or any form that you want to create, the next thing I do is I have to program how all that needs to go out. And the way I do that is through a thing called workflows. So I need to create a workflow. So there's all the templates I've created. So now I go to workflows and I just say, okay, let's create a workflow, and we'll call this our TW3, and I'll start from scratch. Cause you've got some templates there you can go by, but let's just start from scratch and let's name it, TW3, what? Recruiting. Or application workflow, that's fine. And this is going to be in the CRM, and you can also sync this with your Facebook. It'll work through Facebook as well, but I'm going to use forms that come through my CRM here instead of my Facebook forms. And I'm going to name this here new applicants, new TW3 applications. And then once I do that, I'm going to say send out a text when I receive an application. So what triggers it? When someone fills out that application that I created, send out a text. Which text? This template right here. So that's the one they're going to send out. So I've got an inventory of templates I've created, and now I'm programming it when to send out and what triggers it to send it out. So that's the power of workflow. Okay, so I'm putting all that in right now. And so once that text goes out, what do I want to do next? Oh, I want to wait a few minutes. And so I want to say wait maybe 5 minutes. So I'm going to put a 5-minute wait here. Wait 5 minutes. And then I got to go down here. That's what I'm titling it. And then I'll type in 5 minutes. And then what I want to do, I want to send an email as well. Okay, so I'm going to send an email, because emails, I can get a little more long-winded and more offer more explanation. So that it's going to be email from, and I put in the name of the email it's coming from, yada yada yada, and then I put in the subject line, of what this is about. So application received, or I can just put the template, because the template will automatically have the type of subject line. So it puts that in. So now it waited 5 minutes and it sent that email out, and then I'm going to add another thing. What I want to do now, I want to add another wait. So now I've sent them a text and I've sent them an email within 5 minutes of them filling out that application form. That's what triggered this. Okay. So now I'm going to put wait again, except this time I'm going to put a 1-day wait. So now that I've sent them that information, I'm going to wait 1 day. I'm going to put 1, drop down, put days right there. And now what am I going to do? I'm going to send out maybe another text. Hey, did you get a chance? Remember that first nag I had? So I just go over here to my templates right here and do nag number 1. Did you have a chance to watch this? This is a time-sensitive matter. If you're interested, you need to watch this. If not, let us know now so we can take you off the list, because we are filling this position pretty quickly. So I'm just being very diligent, and I'm just going to hit publish. I can program this thing. I can drop voicemails on it. I can do whatever I want. And then once that happens, I go and I publish that article or that ad that I just had, and they're going to run through my funnel, and I'm going to generate anywhere from 100 to 200 leads off of that ad copy. And out of that, I'm going to be able to recruit several insurance agents. Some of them are going to be in the TW3 business. Some of them I'm going to refer over to other businesses, but I'll make anywhere from $2,500 to $5,000 off of investing about $75 worth of ads. That's the power of these tools. That's the power of this strategy that I just gave away for free. but it's the strategy, it's the software, it's the system, it's everything combined in harmony with all of these assets and business assets. Because here's the thing, what we're doing is recruiting in a business, but we're also referring out to other businesses that pay us as well. So that's one of the reasons why us at TW3 as a business opportunity can operate in spaces like ZipRecruiter, Craigslist, and all these other places, because we can actually offer employment opportunities as well for people that we refer out and get paid. We don't care. We just want to help the person wherever they're at, because long term, that's how you stay in business for over 13 years, the A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. So there is the new step 4. Step 4. Yakety yak, I'm back. So I hope that was my Bob Ross presentation. We'll put a little tree right here. All I need is a white man afro, and I could be up there, painting and everything. So I hope that didn't put everybody to sleep, but I wanted to be as informative as possible. We are breaking that up into segments there. As you could tell, those were individual segments, and it will be populated in the back office. That was just one strategy. Of course, you guys that came to the conference, we showed you the phone strategy where guys, literally what we just showed, which is the traditional way of opting into a form. You click something, you fill out the form. We showed at the conference where someone could literally make a phone call, and the response to the phone call engage them into the opt-in form. So what that means is, where you saw me post a paid for ad because I was wanting to put HTML, clickable HTML, I could go over into free areas on Craigslist, on Facebook, on LinkedIn, and just with an image, a graphic with my cheesy smile, and say, I'm interviewing today in Nashville because I got 5 locations or 5 spots opened up in this region. And once they're hired, call me today if you want to interview. Well, when they call, they're going to get, the sweet Southern dialect here, say, sorry, I'm on the other line, but I'll get back with you just as soon as possible. And then 5-10 minutes later, they're going to get a text that says, man, this guy's talking me to death. I'd love to talk to you, but I can't get off the phone with this guy. He must be a Southern Baptist preacher or something. So here's a link. Just fill this out. And then they click that link and they fill it out, and now boom, I done got them opted in off of a phone call, automated. And the power of that is I don't have to pay for a lot of ads, because you can post image files just about anywhere for free. So it's a great strategy. It's a great strategy. And what you just saw, guys, is Greenbacks is on here. I mean, he just closed another elite sale. I think that's 2 already in the last 2 elites. And of course, Mark Noble's on here. He just came over on the weekend from Miller Time, another elite. And he was kind enough to allow me to use him as the guinea pig to sort of set up his funnel as I walk through. But the cool thing about this stuff is, guys, once you get down, here's what I like to do, because some of us are different. Like, I'm more, hey, let's get everybody opted in. Miller Time is more like, everybody get off my lawn. And the ones that don't get off my lawn, that's the ones he actually wants to talk to. So everybody's strategy is different. And so, you do you, as we like to say. But as you figure out how you like to work, you can automate that process. And that's the cool thing about it. That is the cool thing about it. So let me open up the floor. I know I was moving at a fast clip there because I wanted to cover a lot. So is there any specific technical questions I can answer for members or anyone that maybe wasn't as clear?
Yeah, I like how you illustrated the email and the text and integrate that. So that was one thing that I enjoyed seeing there. Good. So that jumps right out, because that's important when you have that lead connected, on our side.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And to bring up what Gary's just talking about, guys, with this app, you don't have to have GetResponse, Aweber, or MailChimp or all these other stuff anymore. I mean, this takes care of that. You don't have to have some of your texting systems anymore. It takes care of that. You don't have to have an independent CRM system out there anymore. It takes care of that. You don't have to have an individual widget out there to put on as a chat bot. It takes care of that. So, I mean, there's just so many moving components in there that's working seamlessly integrated together, which is really cool.
And I got so much buzz of all my members. They said, man, I'm going to upgrade to the elite as fast as I can. He goes, because they see the residual component on the commission split when we break
Yeah.
down the individual products. So there's just total buzz about that. So just to give you a little feedback, on that, Terry. So
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you. And you're right. What Gary's talking to, and let me just pull that up for, I know we got a lot of new people on today and I want to make sure everybody's on the same page. So let me hit screen share here and Google Chrome. And I've got my screen up. So just so that everybody's on the same page and understanding, for the first time in 13 years here at TW3, we've been able to break out the components with the membership. Of course, if you're a member, you get all these components based on which level you join. But we use, and I don't know why I keep picking on this particular industry because I love it, but the lawn care guy, that guy cutting his, building his business, doing lawn care, he doesn't want to get involved with how to set up a sales funnel and this, and he doesn't want to go to marketing classes and all that. He just wants this one tool that he can book, people that want their grass cut, that's all he's caring about. So we can sell him some individual components, that auto scheduler and maybe a funnel and a couple other things. It's already pre-programmed for him. It's a couple $100 once you build it all together, what he needs. It's going to be a couple $100 a month that he's going to pay. But for the elite member, that couple $100 is $100 a month residual in perpetuity. Now, why are we paying the elite members that? Because elite members have every single one of these tools and are going to weekly mastermind classes to learn how to use them as a marketing. Why? Because if that lawn care guy's got a problem or has a question, who's he going to ask? It ain't Terry Wilson. It's that elite member because that's your client, right? So that's why you're going to school. You're coming every Wednesday night to learn these things, and you're using them yourself in your business to grow your business, and you're becoming an expert in them so that when the lawn care guy or the barber or the whoever is needing various marketing systems and strategies, you've got it. You know how to use it. You know how to make it work. And for that, you're getting paid a handsome residual because you know as well as I do, guys, and you guys has been in online marketing for a while. Once you grab a component and you use it and you're dependent on it. I mean, I'm still paying $100 a month for some things I've had for 10 years. How many else can say that?
definitely. Right.
Yeah. Once you start getting a component in your business and you're using it, and that's why these products are so sticky, because once you get managing your CRM and it's auto responding, your whole business is dependent upon these assets. It's there. And so that couple $100 a month, that $100 a month, you do that a few times, then all of a sudden it starts adding up pretty quick. So it's a nice little pop.
And then I had a guy who's asked me, why should I upgrade to the elite? I said, well, we have all these new products that are coming out that are they can buy them individually, like you were just talking about, Terry. They can buy the chat widget. They can buy, other products that we have, we can buy individually now. And he said, why should I upgrade to the elite? I said, because you're going to get trained on how to use all these components ahead of the curve. And therefore, you're going to be able to use that training to be able to, build your book of business, there.
Absolutely. That's the magic sauce, because we've always said it. Gary said it. I've said it. Miller Time said it. Lori said it. If you've heard any of our trainings, the magic sauce here at TW3 is not the widgets, because we're not in widget sales, even though we're selling widgets. But truth of the matter is, guys, everything I showed you tonight, you can go out and buy independently from someone else. The magic sauce is, how do you put all of this together to make it work in concert so that you can make money? That's the magic sauce. And so for that business owner out there that's just wanting to do this, I just want to cut grass, I don't want to build funnels, I don't want to do this, then he needs to just get this $100, $200 a month product, and that's it. And he'll be happy for the rest of his life doing that. But for that online marketer, for that person that wants to have multiple streams of income, multiple products he can sell, and have products to build his own coaching business, to build his own agency, to build his own practice, then he's got to know how these things work. And that's the magic sauce. That's where it happens. Got some questions, so I want to make sure I answer those, and they're pouring in. So let me just get into it real quick. First question about the app, but not exactly what you've covered. when is it time for those? It's time now. So let's roll. So when, see here, Letitia. So when someone joins right now, do they get access to the app? If they're joining at Elite members, we're populating Elite members first. We're populating Plus second, and sales rep and trainers third. And if we got a sales rep and trainer just on board and they're writing business and they're doing this and they're doing that and they're hot to trot, they might get preferential treatment. We're not saying we don't, it's not absolute, but we're trying to do Elite Plus and sales rep and trainers next. Now, if you're on tonight and you're a sales rep and trainer, you're a Plus rep and say, hey, I want this app, send in a ticket. Reagan will get to you just as quick as possible. That just lets us know to get to you before we get to someone else, because some folks are members and they've been members and they love coming to the trainings, and that's all they do. And that's fine if everybody's here for different reasons. But if you're here because you're wanting to use these tools and get them as quick as possible, then we want to get them in your hand as quick as possible. But that's how we've delineated who gets them first. Anthony says, also, we still having our regular Monday night training, or is this it? This is it for right now, Anthony, until I get everything up and running full steam. We have foregone the Monday night podcast format. That's why it's just me here answering questions on a private Zoom call. But probably in November, we'll kick back up the podcast and then the Wednesday night masterminds. But right now I'm doing a Monday night and trying to do a Wednesday night, Monday and Wednesday, just on these Zoom call meetings and stuff like this till we get everybody up to speed with the new app and everything. Caroline said, I would like to implement the phone call component tomorrow for my insurance leads. How can I get that? So once you get the app, Caroline, it is so cool. Let me show you. Let's just pick on Mark since he's letting me picking on him tonight.
Woo!
Mark, are you? Yeah, he's right there. I see us. So let's go over to the app real quick and let's.
I memorized everything you said, so I'm good.
He's got it memorized. So let's just go down here and let's find Mark real quick and we'll pull him up. And so here's the deal. I tell you what, let's have, since I got to get your phone number real quick. So let me go over here. I can't see my screen because of everything on it. So, okay. Miller Time, text this number, Miller Time. Text the number 615-395-6834. 615-395-6834. Text, I need a job, 615-395-6834. 615-395-6834. Text, I need a job. And then through the power of the internet, nothing between our ears.
Sure.
Let's see what. 695. So we'll. I need a job. Look what happens. Pulls right up on his conversation. You came to the right place. Let's talk. So because I've already got his let me
I can help you.
Gary, if they're going to buy something, that's for me. You've already sold enough. We're going to implement a socialist policy here. So I got his calendar right here. So watch this. So I say, let's talk, and I can make this a form. So let's talk. You came to the right place. Let's talk. Schedule it now. And so I can, just off of a text right there, him come, he's already in. And what happens, watch this, when he opts in, when he fills out that calendar, when Miller Time fills that out, what's going to happen is the system's going to know that that number there is tied to him. It didn't go. Did it not go out? Why did it not go out? There it goes. Yeah. Are you texting from a number? Can I respond to that?
Yeah.
Hold 1 second.
I had the same issue earlier, actually, today. When
I know what happened. We ain't got him set up on that yet. I got to go and set that up. Okay. Well, in theory, it will work. I just got to do something real quick. I could text that, and when he clicks on that, he opts in and it populates that. I've got to do one thing because we just set him up, and I know what that is. But because you will see, I can show you mine, how I'm using it. It has to do with the free credits. We give you so many free credits, you know, and then you have to set a card up on file, and we're giving everybody right now free credits until we go live in November. And then what you'll do is you'll put a card on file and you'll pay for your own data. And so probably what happened is he hasn't been given his free credits, and maybe we got to repopulate your credits there, Chris. But you can see we're using this text, email, whatever they do, it comes right through the chat right here, and we can have conversations with them right there. So, I mean, the way this thing is intuitive, if a call comes in, boom, we have the call recorded right there. You know, so when I call in and like, I don't know, Scott, are you on tonight? If you're on, speak up. Like he just said, how do I purchase the app beta version? If you're active, it's free with your elite package. But see, he's a member. And so everything that comes in will be right there. Boom. See? So, but this number here that I'm texting from, I could put a keyword on, and every time I saw that keyword come in, I could just add them to create an opportunity, or add them to something, or send a schedule. I could do whatever I want. It's this grand central station right there. I can put them on my calendar. I can add them to a funnel. It is amazing what you can do right here. But that's the power of that. But we'll get that. Mark, that's my fault. I didn't get that set up for you, but I will before it's over.
No worries.
All right, let's go on. Let's see here. Yeah, Caroline says I can cancel about $250 worth of apps right now for this service. Absolutely. I mean, it's when you count up all the things that this thing replaces, we counted up, you know, it's around $2,500 worth of different applications. If you count in like Acuity, and you count in a different CRM, a reputation manager, sales tracker, all of this stuff that it does for membership, it's pretty darn cool.
That's cool.
Yep. Let's see here. I'm moving on, making sure. I thought this was going to be built up for us. So we're offering Thomas both the ability to, if you want to do the tech bundle. And by the way, that reminds me, if you have purchased a tech bundle from us, let us know when we set your app up, and we'll move all this. We'll do all this for you. Okay. Because you're not going to have to, you know, do it all over again. If you've already bought a tech bundle, which is having your funnel set up and all of that. But we will move that over for you. Okay. Let's see here. Robert says, when I go to ticket support has moved to our chat bot, Robert. So all you have to do is go to the front of the site. If you're trying to click that thing on the back office, we're still getting it trying to work, but we just shut the Facebook Messenger down, and that's probably the deal. And that's a broken link that I need to fix. But just go to the front of my site, Robert, TerryWilson3.com, right down there in the bottom right-hand corner, and just tell us whatever you need to say, and we'll get it out to you. Sorry about that, brother. David says it's going to be the primary lead generation platform, or does this give us better opportunity? Yeah, well, that's just one. We use that because it's the most common, low entry point, easy, David. But, you know, some of our advanced training shows you how to use targeted marketing through Facebook and LinkedIn. Of course, we've got some in step 7 push marketing strategies to show you how to do cold marketing with some of the voice broadcasting, email, and texting. So it just depends on your strategy. We do have a module back there with SEO that we haven't even got into yet to do keyword search. But, you know, there's different strategies. I just use Craigslist because it's sort of like the easiest, most understood, low entry point. But here's the deal, with this ability to drive leads via telephone and have opt-ins, you could even go to your local market and local vendors. Like we have I just placed an ad with these people right here This is a company that's here in my local area, like $20, and put now hiring work from home. Call me now. Okay. With that phone opt-in feature, the you can go from the analog world to the digital world, which opens up all kinds of very low barrier entry points to get into marketing. I've got friends in radio that I'm giving telephone numbers to. Of course, with the opt-in number, you can still use email, but it just opens up all kinds of opportunities. But yeah, I use Craigslist as an example. Letitia says, let me say we have many opportunities to advertise in many places. Yep, that's the truth. Awesome. Do I get API key for the lead connector from Reagan? No, Anthony, once you have your lead connector, it's actually in your back office. So what happens is once you get logged in, Anthony, I don't know if you're in yet. I don't see your name. So let me just pick on someone. We'll pick on the first name I came to. And let's just go down here to and if you're on tonight, Christian, I apologize, but I just wanted to, but right there under your settings company, right there is your individual independent API key that you get right there. So that's where you get that from, Anthony. Good question. Thank you for asking.
Terry?
Yes.
Letitia just got a thing in my head. You know what you could just slap a poster on a telephone pole with your phone number and it'll go into your CRM.
Absolutely.
Start the machine.
Dude, you know those little what do you call those little yard signs and stuff you see everywhere?
Yeah.
We buy houses and all that nonsense.
They're called bandit signs.
Bandits. Thank you. I mean, the ability to opt in with telephone opens up a whole vocabulary word, plethora of opportunity. I mean, so it's just, I mean, it's creative as you can be.
Start selling to dog walkers, everybody. Start selling to dog walkers.
Start selling to dog walkers. That's right. Are you tired of walking that dog? How'd you like to work from home or do it from home? Yeah. So yeah, I mean, it's literally can do anything. And then you apply that logic to any industry. So now that you understand how to drive leads, then you can take that knowledge and go talk to that dog walker and say, how would you like to have more dogs to walk? I can show you how, you know.
Very cool.
I mean, it's
Just a quick question to make sure I understood the phone thing. So if I had a sign up with the phone number and it said, pay your mortgage off in 5 to 7 years, when they go into the call, now they're in my system and everything I got hooked up starts dripping and contacting and email and that's all of that from the phone number.
You can have it triggered right off of a phone call. Yeah.
You're seeing it, right, Mark? I told you.
Holy moly. Awesome.
Yeah. So let's say I was this highfalutin attorney in New York City and I worked the boogie downs. I see my friend on. How you doing, bro? Good to see you. He could put it out to where all the criminals are at and say, has the world turned its back on you? I care. Call me. We'll get you out of jail. Now, this is honest truth. This is the worst marketing piece I've ever seen for a lawyer. You're going to love this, Neil. I'm in our local grocery store and it says, I forget how it props it, but it says, you know, have you been arrested on bogus charges or whatever? We're not mad at you. We'll take care of you. Call us now. And it gave the attorney's number to help them get out of jail. My question is, if I'm in jail, how do I see that ad at Ingles? And I'm like, who at Ingles went out and sold this ad piece to this attorney? That's what I want, that guy on my team. I just laughed. I was like, if I'm in jail, how do I? Never mind. But anyway, I thought that was funny myself anyway. So anyway, other questions.
Harry, I have a couple.
Hey, Rebecca, how are you?
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Lori. I'm sorry. I heard you and I saw Rebecca waving.
Well, good. I'm glad she's here tonight. I've got a couple questions. One is, how do you set up an if-then scenario? So, for example, someone fills out the form, they go to the interview, but they haven't scheduled an appointment. So you want to send like maybe the next day a prompt. Hey, I don't see your appointment set yet. Go ahead and schedule here. And then I wanted to know how to find the URL to these pages or these links,
Okay.
because I couldn't figure that out.
Yeah. So the URLs, let me answer it in reverse. The URL addresses is your site addresses. That's the reason why you have to populate your site with these assets. So
okay, so it's always going to be like Lori.terrywilson3.net/ and then whatever I name that page.
Right. Whatever you name. That's why, you know, how I went over to the lead connector and then I went down to the funnel and I hit add new. And then my first drop down menu is which funnel am I wanting to work with? And I only create, in that scenario, I only created that first funnel.
Okay.
And so I selected that. Yeah.
Okay, that's what I was missing. So you have to go to your dashboard to lead connector and connect those two things.
Yeah, because that you're always going to have a website for these web pages. It's got to go somewhere.
Right.
So that's what you're doing there. That's that. And that's why we sort of repurpose the way when we onboard, we're going to let people have their own WordPress site instead of trying to house it ourselves now. That's why we've sort of set it up. If members come on and they already have a WordPress site outside of WP Forms and Elementor, they can still get the app. Does that make sense? Yeah.
Yes. And then the if then scenario.
If then scenario, what you're talking about is setting up triggers. Okay. So what happens is you go over here to triggers. Right here. And it's difficult for me to, okay. You go to triggers, you add trigger, and say, for instance, this is the scenario you're putting up is they've watched the video, but they didn't book an appointment.
Yes.
Okay. I'm trying to think if that even requires a trigger. I think I can do that through workflows simply by triggering off of a sort of like an abandonment. But let me go there first. I don't think, but just so you know, you can create a trigger here. Let me just say test trigger for other scenarios so I can finish this thought. And right here, it's going to be a TW3. It's not going to be a Facebook. Choose a trigger, added to campaign, appointment, call status, custom date reminder. Here's all the different scenarios that you could create just to create a trigger. Just so you sort of get that. So there's all these different types of survey submitted, stale opportunities. So there's different ways of doing this, but like, for instance, if you set up your opportunity staging correctly, you could even trigger it off of if someone came in, because you can set up your pipeline to where it tracks people to opt in. And then once for opt in, it doesn't go to this stage. And if it doesn't go to this stage, it's triggered here. So you can do it that way.
Oh, yeah, I see. Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
And yeah. And is there a way to tell if they have watched the orientation video?
The only way to do that is to use a private company like Wistia, Vimeo, or something like that, because you're just not going to be able to get that analytics that detailed off of.
I think Wistia is the only one that actually shows it that I'm aware of.
Vimeo does. I don't use Vimeo, so I don't know. Does Vimeo do?
Yeah, Vimeo shows you how much of it they've watched and
I thought they did. I know you can't get that deep of analytics with Facebook, or excuse me, YouTube, but I know you can with Wistia, and I thought you could with Vimeo.
What's it called again?
What's that?
The app where you can check they watched
there's two video hosting companies that allows you to have that sort of deep analytical information. One is called Wistia, WISTIA. The other company is Vimeo. Am I saying that correctly, guys?
Yeah, I think you are.
VIMEO.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you. Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. Good stuff. But another place that you could set a trigger, Lori, just to complete the thought here, is through workflows. And so I could go up here, and let me get out of this one because I'm going to go back and pick on Mark here. Since he volunteered for it, he didn't know what he was getting into. Poor guy. He came
Jumping
on.
into the hot seat right up front.
I'm loving it, man.
He came in so
is awesome.
trusting. So
I'm a musician. I'm on stage. Put me in.
yeah. And what do you play, Mark?
I'm a lead guitar, lead vocalist, songwriter.
Nice. Well, we got to jam sometime, bro. So we can create another folder here, or create another workflow, stay in that folder. And there might be one from a recipe. So let me look at that first. See, you've got some like confirmation reminders, like you got an appointment coming up, send review request. But I don't see one for an abandonment. So we're going to have to probably go from scratch here. So let's just poke around and see. But I think you can do that from here too. The easiest way though would be what we were talking about was setting up your stages and having it trigger off your stage. So I'm going to call this one abandon after video.
Very important. Don't forget to label these things, folks.
Yes. Trust me, trust me, trust me. Okay. New trigger. Watch video, then quit. Oh, that just for plain English. Let's see here. Let's see if I can find a trigger here. Opportunity status changed, pipeline stage change, stale opportunities, runs when opportunity is older than the given time duration. That's probably what you want right there, Lori. So if there's a time period between when they came in versus when they booked, that if there's a elongated period, that means it went stale, and you could do something right there.
Okay, perfect.
Cool. All right. All right. Any other questions? Good stuff. Good stuff.
I have a question.
Come on. Come on down.
I just got this today, thanks to Regan. So thank you. So I haven't even begun to do a lot with it, but when I was meeting with Lori the other day, she and I were chatting and we were kind of going through the basics of it. And I'm setting up another, a separate business. And right now I use Acuity for scheduling, and it funnels them right into paying for the visit and all that stuff. Will I be able to do that on this app, and is it ready for that now? Because I know she and I talked that Acuity was kind of probably going to phase out and this would replace it. So is that where we are? Where are we with that? And I apologize because I've just seen it.
No, you're fine. Absolutely. This will replace Acuity or Calendly, and it does have a paying component in it. So what happens when you are setting things up, one of the things it's going to ask you under settings is set up your payment thing here. So let me just go under settings real quick and set up payments right here. And you will set up right under here. Let's see here, integration, PayPal or Stripe. And we're trying to bring others on as well. We do realize that there are other clearing houses and components out there that people prefer, but this is the ones that play nice with our system right now, the best and easiest. So you can connect your calendar with this and actually have people pay you, put a deposit down. You can set it up however you want it to set up to where your prepaid, because we're using this for people like hairstylists. They book the appointment, it takes $5 as a deposit, and it's put against, whatever it costs, for after their appointment's done. So you can set it up however you want like that.
So is this something that, for example, for coaching and, training seminars and things like that, that can all go through here? So when I'm setting up something new, I should focus on this now and start to phase out Acuity, or should I just switch all the way over? And that's the part I wasn't sure about, when to make the switch.
Have you got the new app yet?
Just barely today.
I got
Just
you.
Just a couple minutes ago when I got the message. Yeah.
What I would do is get in and start playing with it. Start mirroring what you're doing with Acuity with the new system.
Yeah.
And,
Okay.
and as you get comfortable with it, then you can switch. I wouldn't hold turkey.
Okay. Super. That's kind of what my plan was, but I wasn't.
Yeah.
The other day
And-
when I talked to Lori, it wasn't even quite available yet or something. I don't
And
remember.
for
But
you guys that are in coaching like you and musicians on here and anybody that's selling content, there's a component in here we didn't even cover called membership. This right here allows you to set up training modules and charging for whatever training module, different stair steps or whatever you want. So like you could have like if you're a guitar player and you wanted to teach guitar, your first so many lessons are free. And then you're just teasing them and teasing them and teasing them. And to the point they want to learn how to play Van Halen's Eruption. Oh, then you go over here for $5 a month, 10 or whatever. That's where we'll get into that, so, and you can set it up however you want. And
now is that, sorry. I'm so
you're
sorry
fine.
to interrupt you. Is that gonna, so do we still need Patreon like you use for your coaching business, or is that just a whole separate thing? Patreon.
Technically I could do a lot of what I'm doing with Patreon with this. It's just how many battles do I want to have at one time? And so
Right.
I'm just leaving that alone for right now. But
I
yeah,
haven't done it yet. So what would your advice be to me?
well,
I
if you
haven't.
haven't done anything, this membership is the way to go, because you could set up a membership product that's whatever, and you could have like $5 a month, $500 a month, $5,000 a month. It doesn't matter. And then it's tied to whatever modules that you have. Because right here, once you click on it, you'll see it. You just start building it out. It is literally plugging. You just point here, create here, drop and drag. Here's all that inventory of videos that I've had over the years. I'm going to be able to sell in various ways and package different ways now.
That's
So
amazing. I want to just thank you for all the hard work you guys have done. And this is just going to be an amazing tool, and I can't wait to get into it. And I love the fact that you broke everything out into those smaller components to sell, because those little bites are actually easier for me to integrate in different ways for the people that I come across.
well,
So
yeah, it's going to start opening up conversations, because you know how it is. You give someone a calendar and they say, well, that's great, but I love this. Well, then you need this. And by the time they start spending $500-$600 a month, then you say, for an elite package, you would be able to get the training and everything, and it only cost you $150 a month. So
exactly, that's what I was thinking. So anyway, I just want to say kudos, Papa Bear. You're doing a great job. And I'm really appreciative.
You're way too kind. The only reason I knew all this is I hang out with people like Neil O'Reilly.
That's awesome.
I hang out with smart people. That's all I do.
Oh, so do I. That's what TW3 is for me, baby.
All right, Militime, I see that hand. Won't you
I have another question now.
come on down?
Based on what you just said, would I possibly be able to migrate my school over to this platform and run it all?
Every day and twice on Sunday.
Man, you know how much that could save me?
That's what you guys keep talking like this. I'm gonna have to come up. I'm gonna have to go up on the admin fee. That's the only
You
thing
know
I
what?
know.
Listen here, I like you a lot.
Well, that's worth all the money in the world. I'll leave it alone, I guess. That's good. Yeah, you definitely. I mean, that's the things that this thing replaces and does so intuitively and tied together.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
think about this, guys. Once you have a coaching client over here on your membership side, they're over here on your CRM too, which means they're in everything else. So it's just so cool. Gosh, I wished I'd come up with this. Wait a minute, I did. No. Anyway, let's see here.
Terry, There
Yes,
was
Laura?
a place where it was prompting to add domains. It was under the domain tab.
Yeah.
Is it necessary to add domains or
If you have,
can you add more than one domain?
yeah, because if you're running multiple funnels, and let's say you went through GoDaddy and you bought, say 89healthplan.com, where people could buy health plans for starting at $89, and you wanted a funnel to always reflect that 89healthplan.com/apply/this, then you could set it up with your GoDaddy redirect to do that. So yeah.
Okay, thank you.
For any number of businesses, Terry? Like is there a cap on that?
No, there's no cap. As long as you're nice to ticket support. But when you're not nice to ticket support, we start limiting your bandwidth. No, I'm kidding.
The only ticket I ever put in was for this
I'm
app.
just being serious. I'm just being serious though. So all these components are only available to the elite members until November. So no, Thomas, they're coming available to everyone as quickly as possible. Now there's a lot of these components. And if you want to know which components are available to who, you can go to my front of my site and see it right here. It's broken down at the front here where you see sales rep and trainer. These are the 4 components that you get as a sales rep. These are the components you get as a plus rep, and then the elite reps. So that's what that is. So great question. Thanks, Thomas. And congratulations on all the new business, man. He's out there hustling and making it happen. How would you show a flooring salesman to generate leads? Well, I would want to sit down with him, David, and sort of figure out who his client is, what their income level is, where they're at. I mean, that's sort of a question I'd have to sit down with him, but then I would give him probably some marketing tips to where he could drive traffic from people that's already looking for flooring through social media through a funnel. But it's my conversation with him to help design a funnel is what I would have to have. So there's no blanket answer. I have to have a sort of a question with that, but how I would engage that audience more than likely is through social media and targeting people that are sort of already in that space. And Jane says, I'm waiting to jump back into TW3, but I no longer have a trainer and I'm completely lost. What do I do and need to do now? Send in a ticket, Jane, and we can work that out with you. We'll get someone hooked up with you. And I think we've already got someone that's there for you. So just send in a ticket to Reagan, and ticket support now is at the front of my site, terrywilson3.com. Go to the chat bot and we can make that happen. Automation bot transform. Yep. I like that. Dale Bryson, my man down there in Southern Florida. Terry with the shopping. How are you doing, bro?
Good, thanks.
I like your background, man.
You like that, huh?
I love it. I love it. Looking sharp.
Looks good, man.
Dale,
hey, thanks. I'm getting used to this stuff.
I love it, man. Dale was one of those folks who saw the podcast on Monday night and decided to drive all the way up from Miami all night to be with us Tuesday morning. Wow.
It was pulled an all-nighter, man.
It was well worth it. I got to tell you. Good stuff. It's really excited.
Dude, all night out with me and Gary.
I'm telling you.
I couldn't keep up with him.
Gary and Chris put the clothes on and said, what are you doing watching this podcast? Get on the road right now.
I know. He kicked me in the ass.
I love it. I love it. So what's your question, bro?
Just put the shopping cart. Yours is set up strictly on the website, right? We don't run this through the app at all, do we?
Yeah, the shopping cart be set up through the website or the app. You can integrate it, but it doesn't have now. Let me back up. Because it works with Stripe, you can set up products through Stripe and then hyperlink to those products, like I do on the front of my site. So you can do it that way. You don't have to use like the Equid thing that I'm doing. I don't necessarily base what it can do off of what I am doing, because I'm slowly moving things over to it. But it's
because I personally want to run people through a shopping cart so they feel that their credit card is safe.
Absolutely. You're talking about for membership sales?
For membership only, yeah.
Oh yeah, dude. Well, here's all you got to do for you is set up a product through Stripe or Ecwid or whoever you're using, because you're collecting all the money on the front end anyway, and then you're just paying us on the back end through a shopping cart. So the only thing we need is that form, that last form, which is the renewal form, because that gets them on the hook for the terms agreement. We just want them to fully understand that. And if you can just have them sign off on that, then we're golden. You know, we need a card on file to be able to do the monthly admin and all that. But on the front end, if you want to take care of that, and then on the back end, say we need you to sign off of this, and here's to put your card on file, we just have to have that so the business is clean. And so I don't have to have them meet my buddy Neil up in New York later on because they didn't understand something.
Very good.
All right. Good deal, brother. So any other questions? Let's say I'm trying to self-host the 3 orientation videos. The first video is the same as the second or third video. Where do I go to get the self-host on the first TW3 video? All of the videos are on, all the videos for the CC1, what we call the, pre-interview type videos. They're all on YouTube. So you should be able to get them there. So you should be able to get them there. And they're also in the back office. If you go in the back office, you can go to, let me just go there and show you as well. Let me go there and show you as well. Let's see here. TW3app.net. TW3app. Let's see here. Go to the cashboard. All right, let me just go to a site real quick. I'm gonna go to something I can use. Okay, let's see here. We go to training. And we go to where that? It's been a minute since I've been back here, so be patient with me. Don't judge.
Hey, Terry, while you're looking for that, just very cool thing. My good friend, Sweet Caroline.
Sweet Caroline.
She's requesting that you guys add her to my list for training.
Okay.
Because I guess her training's gone, man.
I will. Can you
She said she sent it a ticket, but she hasn't heard from anybody in a week.
she sent in a ticket and hadn't heard anybody in a week.
That's what she said.
Is that what she said?
Messaged me.
If she sent an email to me, she probably didn't. But if she sent a chat bot and didn't hear anybody, I'll have to fuss at Reagan. Let me find out from Reagan what's going on there. If she
sent it through the chat bot, Caroline.
Right here where it says orientation. So what I did was TW3 back office, webinars, hit webinars right there. And then let me show you webinars, then orientation right there. And then the videos we have available is right here. And they're all hosted on YouTube so that you can easily pull them over. Okay.
And if they're not long enough for you, just recreate them.
And if they're not long enough,
make them twice as long.
If they're not long enough, get over to Chris and he'll make them 2 hours long and make everybody watch them before. So funny. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
I love it because all throughout the things you're like, I promise these guys are going to keep this short. I'm like, no, we're not doing that.
Nah, we ain't going to keep it short at all. We don't make it as easy. Come on. It sound like we actually want to talk to somebody or something. I love it. All right. Any other questions before we call it a night? Any other questions? Let's see here. I sell flooring for a high-end kitchen and bathroom remodel company in Indianapolis. And if I could generate some flooring leads, it would get the owner's attention pretty quick. Yeah. So what you want to do, David, is you want to basically, I would target people on social media, and I would filter out through Facebook people that are looking for flooring specifically. And then I would drive them to a video of some sort, and then for a free quote, click here. I mean, there's multiple ways of setting it up. It's sort of hard to do on a public training like this, but that's how I would do it. And then if you've got some sort of video, and matter of fact, the more drilled down as far as specifically in that area, like if you're in Indianapolis, if you could have like some testimonies from people saying how much money they saved or whatever your value proposition, whether it be saving money or the quality or the install or the service, you know, what is it that you're better than everybody else? And to the point where it's a noticeable difference. You want to bring that out, have other people say it, and then click here for a free consultation, click here for a free quote type deal. Yes, it will be on YouTube. It will.
Do you know when it'll be posted, Terry?
Eventually.
Dude. Do you think that's going to be an answer I'll accept? Come on, baby.
It will be posted eventually. So I will try to get it out tomorrow. Here's what's got to happen. It takes about an hour to render. Yeah. Takes another few minutes to throw together in ScreenFlow and clean it up. And then once all that's done, it's a couple hours. And I've got to do some marketing work for someone tonight to get them some leads as quick as possible. And so I've already got that on the table. So I'll be working tonight for that. But as soon as I get done with that, I'll probably start on tomorrow. So sometime tomorrow evening, I would say. Okay. If you have subscribed to our channel, you'll be alerted as soon as it's posted. Okay. You know, if you're subscribed to my YouTube channel, because I'll put it up on YouTube. All right.
Okay.
All right, guys. Well, thanks. Did everyone get some value tonight? Did everybody walk away with value? Okay.
Absolutely.
I want to make sure everybody got something for coming out. And is there anybody on here that's not a member? Anyone
to be.
Anyone here not a member? Because we opened it up for everyone. So I want to make sure I recognize the non-members for taking the time to come out. So
I had one or two new people come in that aren't members yet.
Okay, well, thank them for me. Definitely appreciate all of the
Jim was here, right?
The positive. Do what?
I thought Jim Ripple here.
Yeah, Jim Ripple is here.
Cool. Good deal. Well, it's good to have everyone on tonight, and it'll be posted. And I will try. I'm not guaranteeing, but I'm going to try to do one more this Wednesday night, because next week I'm down in the Florida Keys for a week of vacation. So I'll be out all of next week. So I'll try to get one. Yeah, that's right, brother. Going to do some snorkeling and all kinds of stuff. So we're going to have a little bit of fun down there. So I'll try to get one more out Wednesday night. Talk to everyone later.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Neil,
you.
Love you.
Neil, I want to talk to you sooner than later.
All right, buddy. I'll reach out.
All right. Talk to you guys later.
Bye.
Bye.
Good night.
Good night, John boy.